Hey guys, what's going on, everybody? Alright, so tonight we're going to be playing a little bit of Dromai. I figured, what the heck? It's been. Lord. Don't know, I was at my volume up. Alright, anyway, we'll be playing a little bit of Dromai tonight. Trying to. Like, I've played Dromai before, and like I understand the deck a little bit, but I feel like it's good to just like kind of branch out and play a little bit of other things. I'm gonna play a few games with Dromai, and then if there's enough time, I'm going to be playing. Gonna be playing a few games with Fi tonight, just to try and keep myself on my toes. This is the list that got third at UK Nats. So huh. Um, and then all right. Either way, this seems like a matchup that will probably be close to miserable, but we're gonna give it a shot anyway and see what happens here. So sigils are probably like sigils are fine. Remembrance is good. Sink below, sand cover, oasis respite. Don't really care about Thermi. Oh, hey Ben, what's going on, man? I'm good. How are you, buddy? I am doing okay. I mean, most of our stuff is just going to be met with a bust. Splendid, good man. I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it like this. Like, I think I'd rather have more cards in my deck because this is a fatigue matchup. This matchup is definitely all about second cycle. We're gonna activate Heart by pitching Burn Them All. We're gonna go Necria, then Burn Them All, and Arsenal the Fate Foreseen here. So we're probably just gonna be pitching some of our cards to like really keep things interesting. What's the CC stand for? Classic Constructed. I just like to let everybody know like what format I'm gonna be playing. So we'll put that on the bottom, I guess. And then we're gonna go sand cover just to prevent the damage here. I don't suppose Flesh and Blood has changed their stance on having an official online client. Dude, I wish. I keep holding on to that dream that one of these days they're gonna wake up and do that, but they have yet to come around to that idea. So I'm just I'm playing Talishar, which is what I have right now. So I'm just gonna keep playing what I have and hope that they come around one day. All right, we'll play Energy Potion here, and then I will Arsenal the Oasis Respite. It's a little early for the Remembrance here. Um, let's block 6 and take 3 here. This will turn on our Oasis Respite. We're going to play Invoke Mirror Guy because it can attack basically for free here because it has no Phantasm. It's like the passing mirage of dragons, basically. I mean, it is the passing mirage of dragons, but still. Alright, so they block, and then we're just going to pass to them. Alright, Tome of Fiendul's not bad. They're just going to hammer the dragon here. Yep, I mean, nothing I can do about it. The dragon takes the L. I'm going to pitch Necria to activate Mage Master Boots, and then I'm going to play Tome of Fiendul here, pitching the Dust Up. That way I'll have 2 resources floating. I get to gain 3. So let's see. We'll go Mirror Guy. This matchup feels very hard. Oh, activating Furnace doesn't do anything here. Well, made a little bit of a mistake. Alright, we'll attack for 2. Like, we just don't have any Ash, and so that leaves us in a bad spot. They're Earth reacting to prevent the damage. Yeah, I mean, this is a fatigue matchup, so he had a resource floating, so it took it to activate Furnace. Yeah, I just wasn't thinking right there. That was just a silly mistake on my part. We'll go Dust Up the Necria. Yeah, they attack Mirror Guy. Hey, baby. Okay. Sorry about that. So let's pitch Vincerikai to use Billowing Mirage. I'm not going to transform an Ash. It's like, it looks like they can't decide what they want to block with here. I'm going to activate the Furnace here to make an extra Ash. We need to stock up on as much Ash as we can get going here. Play a Passing Mirage. And then we'll just pass. Like, our opponent will more than likely attack the Passing Mirage here. So I can pitch the Burn Them All to play Rake the Embers, leave the 3 Ash Wings on the board, and then play Dust Up. Actually, it's probably better to end on the Passing Mirage. Yeah, it's probably better to end on the Passing Mirage here. Alright, my opponent passes. Do I want to play the Rake the Embers? I mean, I feel like I kind of need to do something here besides play, because I need to be able to get Passing Mirage on the field. So I'm gonna play Rake the Embers. You know what? I am going to transform 2 of them because it gives me an option of something to do. I'm going to activate Furnace. And then I'm going to play Passing Mirage and pass to my opponent. We'll go burn them all, then dust up. So Sigil of Solace is not bad here. Domini is definitely just going to have to get pitched to second cycle here. Just going to hammer the Passing Mirage here. I mean, I'd like to run out the Vincerikai. We can pitch all 3 of these to run out the Vincerikai. Yep, so we get to run out Vincerikai here. We get to keep our Ash count pretty high. And then... And then, let's see. I'm going to attack with an Ashwing, because if they want to pop this and then just like hammer the Vincerikai, I'm okay with that. But I would also like to try and get some points across. Putting 3 cards back into my deck feels pretty good. And then we'll just try to hammer away little pieces at a time at them, because they have a million poppers in the deck. Nothing is revealed for Endless Winter. So I am going to play the Oasis Respite here. Let's see. Discard a... Yeah, I mean, I want to take as little damage as I can here. So I'm going to pitch the Tumultai. Prevent 4 of this here. Does House of Cards only do Fab? No, so they actually do... they do, like, Pokemon, too. Pokemon was actually where they got started. And then they ended up doing... and they ended up doing doing Flesh and Blood too. So as they've gotten into it more over time, they've been doing Flesh and Blood also. So I mean, let's make a whole bunch of Ashwings. Like, flooding the board and trying to, like, poke... Like, Death by 1,000 Cuts is a real way to win this matchup. And plus, if our opponent wants to throw cards at us like that and then hammer us or something like that... I can't remember what this... It flips and does something stupid. Like, it's ridiculous what it does. We're going to put this on the bottom, see what we draw. So this is actually not bad because we get to just dust up here for 4, which is... It's the arcane damage one. Oh, gotcha. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Interesting that they decided to block with Stalagmite there. I mean, I guess they just didn't want to block in general. I'm just going to Arsenal the Sink Below. Okay. They're gonna... Well, they can't crown here. They don't have a card in their arsenal. And this costs 1. So I'm going to go to reactions here. So I think I want to top that because I'm going to be putting pressure on later in the game. All reds reveal do 2 arcane damage. Oh yeah, that's the dumb one. That does like an insane amount of stuff. I'm going to put this on the bottom. Draw Passing Mirage. We'll put Yindarai into play. And then we'll play Passing Mirage, and I'll pass to my opponent here. Definitely going to play the Sink Below here because they're just going to use Hammer afterwards to kill the Passing Mirage, and if they're not, I'm just going to have a field day with my turn next turn. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't hate this because I can pitch Yindarai, or I can pitch Asvalai to play Yindarai and then try to start putting the pressure on. Now, the only sad thing about this so far is that that is all 3 Passing Mirages. So I'm curious to see if they bust this here or if they decide to take a bunch of damage. Okay, so they do bust it. All right. Gonna pass to my opponent. They are running us out of cards faster than we're running them out of cards, that's for sure. Let's take 4. I mean, our life total is a resource. We should definitely use it here. Yep. So we're going to attack for 3. We get to make 2 Ash off of playing the Sweeping Blow and by pitching a Dromai, and we're setting up a late game stack to be able to like kind of go ham here. Okay. Well, they continue to bust all of my cards, so... Target an Ashwing. Okay. Yeah, I mean, they definitely understand that their role in this matchup is to fatigue me. So... Let's play Dromai. And then I have to attack with Dromai if I want to get the extra action point. So how much does having 40 life instead of 20 life like in Magic change how the game works? Or does it not transfer directly from Magic to Flesh and Blood that way? So honestly, it does and it doesn't. Because like the life, like you have so much more life total to work with inside of Flesh and Blood that like the games go longer. But the game is so much more balanced than it is in Magic. Like 20 life is really good for Magic, but like aggro strategies would not be playable in Magic if you started any higher. But in Flesh and Blood, like the 40 life is like just enough life to give you a resource so that setup decks can try to set up and do something. Let's see if they bust this. Yeah, no, it definitely is interesting, honestly, because I was pretty convinced for a while that there was absolutely no way that like I just thought like the game like 40 life like aggro decks just won't be playable, like it'll just be miserable for everybody to watch, but it's actually pretty balanced. I'm curious to know. I was like, I imagine they're going to bust it, but I'm gonna pitch this to activate that and then play Sigil of Solace. And then we're going to Arsenal the Fate Foreseen. They're going to hit an Ashwing here. Intertesting. Only if you've played a red card. I'm not really sure what the play is here. Honestly, none of it feels good. We're going to attack for 1. I am going to make an Ashwing here. I want to stay on top of the board state and try to put myself in a better position. All right, well, we finally get our opponent to 38, so there's that. I'm going to attack with Dust Up for 2. They're going to block 2 with their remaining equipment and give me a Frostbite. And then I'm just going to pass. Nothing is revealed. Whenever they activate an ability. So we'll play Fate Foreseen. We'll put the Dust Up on top. It's a good chain ender. Especially in a matchup like this where we're not having a ton of luck. Alright, pitch Billowing Mirage. Come in with Sweeping Blows. So it's 3 and we create an Ash. And then we can attack with the Ashwing after this. Okay, so they prevent 2 damage, take 1, go to 37. Our opponent's keeping their life total very high, which, to be fair, is kind of like what they need to do. So So they're just gonna bust this dragon. I mean, like, I still need them to get the cards out of their deck. So if they do want to bust it, that's okay. Like, it sucks, but it is what it is. Sheesh. So let's go. We could block with. We block Furnace, Crown. Yeah, inactivity. So we block Furnace, Crown, and Sweeping Blow for 7. And then I have Pitch Sigil to play Rake and then play Dust Up. That doesn't seem that bad. I'm not going to Crown here. I think I'd rather just leave everything the way that it is. And we are going to transform 3, and then I'm going to come in for 4 and force their hand a little bit here. I was like, they are required to block with 2 cards now because of the way they've set up their equipment. Okay. So we get to play Mirror Guy. These are the kind of hands that we needed to be seeing. So I get to attack for 4 with no Phantasm here, which is pretty nice. They're gonna pitch a card to Crown, so they're gonna draw a card and then they're gonna be able to block. And then I'll attack with the Ash Wings after that and see what happens. Pretty sure this is the last Mirror Guy, so we're gonna have to earn it pretty honestly after this. Because I imagine they'll bust this and then they'll just attack the Mirror Guy with the hammer. Yep, so down goes Mirror Guy. Let's pitch the Dust Up here to attack with Sweeping Blow. We take a point off. We play Burn Them All, and we attack for 1 physical and 1 arcane. They take the arcane, and then they bust the Ashwing. I'm just going to go ahead and do this. I mean, I probably should have arsenaled it and then done it later. Two Mirror Guys, a Dromai. I definitely just want to get all 3 Dromais here. And then I have a ton of cards here to like be able to use and activate with. There's a Fused Oakenold. Sotomorrow and Channel Lake Frigidaire revealed. Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to block 3. We'll go to 9, and then at least it puts the cards on the bottom. We'll go Vincerikai. Well, no, let's go Ravioli, then Vincerikai. Now, we are just... I mean, I guess I could use the E-Pot here. Yeah, I could use the energy potion if I wanted to play Caloria. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to attack for 1. And then I'm just going to Arsenal the Caloria, and we can try to have a better turn. Now... our situation's not exactly great. They can't play attack action cards. Yeah, so I mean, like, I don't want to block this because it's just vanilla 7 against us, but at the same time, we kind of need to block it. So what I'll do is I'll pitch the Necria to play Caloria, and then I'll play Ravioli. Or I'm going to get pummeled and it's not going to matter. So I'm going to take 5 and I have to discard a card. I think I'm going to discard the Necria here. Now, if our opponent leaves our board alone long enough for us to kind of like go crazy here, then we could actually come back from this. Because if they just keep attacking us and we just keep having answers to things, then we can definitely win this game. Like, that's not crazy to think at all. Tunic Crown here is very good. So... okay, so they do decide to pop. Interesting. Kind of surprised. Sheesh, am I just dead here? Yeah, I'm just dead. Yeah, because I block 4 and then take 4 and die. Yep. I mean, that game felt like I was behind the whole time, but I mean, the truth about a matchup like that is that, like, Dromai has to go behind to win that game, and that if they get too greedy and they attack me for too long, then it is very, very possible for me to win that game. Okay. Well, let's play this person, and they're playing CC. Alright, well, if this is anything like it is in Blitz, we're going to have a very good matchup here. My opponent might honestly just leave. Null Rune Gloves to help out. Sigil's very good. We don't need Remembrance. We definitely don't need Sink Below. And I don't think I want Toma Fiendal either. Sand Cover, Oasis Respite, all not bad. Doombreaker Centipie feels mediocre. And I definitely don't want Fate for Scenes here. We'll just play it with 62 cards. Like, it seems fine. Yeah, we just need to find a way to make some Ash Wings here and just keep AB on the board and then just pressure our opponent. That's what I did the one time I played this matchup, and it just kind of felt like a shellacking, honestly. Okay. Yeah, I'll prevent one. Make an ash, and then right here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pitch my blue dust up to pay 1 into it because it's all 1. That's all I can pay, and then I'm gonna pay the other 2 instead of discarding a card, and then I will play Sigil of Solace. Come on, my dude, you gotta click through stuff. Pay. So we take a little bit of damage to start the game. Gonna cast Sigil here, go back to 39. Like, Sigil is so good into these matchups. Oh, it's me. Now I'm the drama. Now, some of the more updated lists are playing like Wounded Bull and things like that, so it is something to like look out for, that they do have poppers in their deck. Man, this hand is bad. Yep, so we'll play Ravioli. Like, Burn Them All is great, but you want to see Burn Them All late in the game. Like, Rake the Embers is honestly what we want to see here. Alright, my dude, if you're not going to play faster than this, like, I'm just going to leave, because, I don't know if his internet's bad or what's going on, but it's going to take us an hour and a half to play this game if this guy plays slow like this. And that's just not how I want to spend my evening. Like, sometimes it's why I have it, like, now he's undoing his actions. Like, I have a little bit of a hard time sometimes, like, trying to, I have a little bit of a hard time sometimes, like, just, like, with people online in general, because they are, what's the word I'm looking for here? So when I'm trying to better myself and I'm trying to play these decks that play slower and take a longer time, when my opponent is constantly taking forever, it takes me an hour and a half to play one game. Nobody wants to watch that. Like, I don't want to play that. I don't want to play games that take an hour and a half. Like, and it would be one thing if I was playing games that took an hour and a half inside of my testing group with somebody that I felt like was benefiting from it. But I don't feel that way, and I just, like, it's just infuriating to sit and play games like that. I definitely should have activated the furnace in response. Okay, man, like, I'm gonna need you to work a little bit faster here, Budro. Opponent has disconnected. Yep, I have a frostbite. It says they're trying to deal 3 arcane damage, but I'm just... Oh. What did they do that let them deal 3 arcane damage? Do they activate Metacarpus nodes? I don't know. Interesting. The mode is buff power. I'm just going to play Passing Mirage on my turn and pass, like trying to get things out of my deck and onto the field. This game is not going well, I feel like. Deck list? Definitely have a deck list. Let's see. Copy deck link. There you go. Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome, man. Yep, so I'm going to pitch to pay 1. This resolves. They're not going to activate Waning Moon, apparently. Interesting. Oh, my opponent has done stuff and then undone it like so many times. And they're attacking me. Okay, that's fine. Oh, this is basically Jamie's. Yeah, I mean, I just like, so I'm just like trying to like play decks I don't normally play and better myself a little bit while I'm during like the off season. And so I'm playing, this is the UK list from, they got third in Nats. And I'm just kind of playing that. It was the first list I run across and found. There's nothing really special about it, man. So sorry if you were hoping for some spice. You actually gonna do things now? So my opponent's coming in for 8 here. I can pitch Asvalai to play Sweeping Blow, and then pitch Billowing Mirage to play Necria. I go to 30 to do that. I mean, it doesn't seem great for me to go to 30 here, but it's also not bad, so... I like that this gives us, yeah, so I mean, like, our dragon still has Phantasm, which is not the end of the world. Next attack this turn gains Dominate. I definitely should have activated Furnace before. So they're just well, I must have passed or something because I don't feel like I was given, like, this should have been put on the stack up here, but I must have clicked through it. I am gonna pitch Necria. Keeping cards in my deck, like, I'm still taking damage, but I definitely don't care about paying to stop their next thing from getting Dominate, especially if they're playing it on my turn because it's just a dead card. That card says Like that card just says 1. Give that person a frostbite. Give your opponent a frostbite. Yeah, this is gonna be like the longest recorded game in history. Trying to figure out what that was. Alright, well, it turns out their turn is pretty solid. Nope, we're just going to take 2 here. I like having a blue to kind of do everything on my turn. It allows me to like start putting a board together and really like kind of like start to put some value together and try to gain footing here. So I'm going to prevent one and then I'm going to pay with the other one. So they're up quite a bit right now, but I'm hoping this is the turn that we can turn this all around because they have a cold snap in their hand. So I'm going to start by playing Burn Them All because that way they just give us a frostbite off playing the Yep, so I get a frostbite. Oh, this feels bad. It's like I feel like I'm probably honestly part of me is just playing bad because it's like my opponent must live like in BFE because their internet is garbage. All right, I'm just gonna go to 19. Like I'm just. Like at this point, I'm just fighting the urge to just quit this game and just go to the next one because, like, I feel like I'm not playing great, and I feel like my opponent's terrible internet, like their Walmart internet, is just making me want to like throw myself into the 4 lane. Man, we get to have a 5-point turn here. Gonna attack for 5. Well, I'm gonna attack for 3 here because it's 1 arcane and 2 physical damage. And they might just take 5. I don't know what their hand looks like. And I'm going to attack them. They might have a bust. I don't know. Like, my hands have also just been, like, very awkward, and I really haven't had a chance to put anything onto the board yet. Yeah, I'll keep it around for another turn to see what we find here. Okay, Dromai is awesome and exactly what we wanted to see. Jesus, bro. Like, okay. Man, it's the 3rd Ether Ice Fang my opponent's had in 4 turns. Like, I'm going to pitch Yendarai. No, I mean, I have to take it here. We go to 17. And then... Take 0. Come on, Talishar. Okay, so now they just reverted back to the beginning of their turn. Alright, well, not only is our opponent playing ungodly slow, but they're taking back. My opponent has clicked the undo button about 15 to 20 times this game. Like, I don't... I'm not sure how to deal with that, if you want the truth. Like, that's just frustrating to me. So I'm going to play sand cover. And then when this goes to hit me, I'm going to AB1 here. We will pitch a Yenderai. I'm going to play Sigil of Solace during my turn to give my dragons go again as an instant. I am not going to keep the burn them all. I'm going to wait and let the other... Well, no, I am going to keep the burn them all this turn just because they're not really hitting our dragons or doing anything. Oh, I'm going to respond to that. So I'm going to go back to 20. They took the 1 from the Arcane. They take 2, go to 28. And then I'm going to attack for 2. They have a bust, they have a bust. Like, I'm going to force cards out of their hand because I was like, the more cards that are coming out of their hand means the less things they're able to do. So... And then I'm going to Arsenal the Thermai because the Thermai is going to put us in such a good spot here. It's taken us quite a while to find a Thermai, which kind of sucks, honestly. So there's that burn them all I wanted. There's not really a great option. The Oasis Respite feels like my best option right now, which is not great. I'm gonna pitch a Sweeping Blow. I'm gonna target Fiendl's Fighting Spirit. So I'm basically just gonna take 2 here. Or I'm sorry, I'm gonna take 1 basically because of the life gain from Respite. So taking 1 off of a bust that they could have busted something with feels really good to me. All right, well, this is something they have to respond to if they're going to do things. Now I am leaving myself wide open to like taking damage here of some kind. And they can just attack. Good Lord. What is my chair doing? They can just attack the Thermai if they have an attack action card in their hand. But they are forced to... Oh, they're just going to let everything resolve. They're not going to take the chance... Okay, I was like, you have to 3 me here. Oh, they hadn't let Tunic resolved. Hmm. Gotcha. Yeah, no, I mean, I have nothing to block with. And Channel Lake Frigid is a little unfortunate because it means I can't attack because my Storm of Sandakai gives my weapons 0 and an action of attack, so... we'll... do this. I'm just going to let the burn them all go. Vincerikai feels like a really good one here, in my opinion. Because I get to... I mean, they're either going to kill the Thermai or try to start coming after my life total, which is fine, because worst comes to worst, I'm just going to... hoping they can't keep the Channel Lake Frigid around. Okay, so they are going to be able to do that. Yeah, having a 0-cost dragon would have been really good here. So we turn one of these into an Ashwing. We know they're not doing anything on our turn, like, which is pretty nice. Thermai, like, gives them the ability to pop something, and that's it. So they take 3 here, and then I'm going to pay 1 to attack with the Mirror Guy. Attacking with the Thermai is the most damage output, but it also leaves us in the biggest spot to get blown out. And I'd rather make some more Ash and keep pressure on, because now we're in a spot where we have 2 AB, and they can't play things on our turn. So again, it took us a little while to get going, but we are in what feels like a decent spot from the situation we're in. Like, they more than likely have a bust, and we're just not ever going to be attacking with a Thermai, basically. Like, the whole language of their blocking situation and their hand, like, the way they've played this so far, like, I could be wrong, but it feels like they have a bust and they're just waiting to get at me. Like, they're just waiting to get us with a bust here, and I just don't want to walk into that. Yeah, I mean, we've seen 3 busts so far. Yeah, and I'm just going to pass. We're going to go Vincerikai, then Mirror Guy, and then Dominia. So this is a really cool hand because... if they don't have a way to keep Channel Lake Frigid around, I'm just going to be able to go Dromai into Kyloria, into Dust Up. Now, the other case scenario is that I'm just, like, blocking with some of my hand. Like, I really want to keep Tumblety in the deck. Card was put on the bottom of the deck. What mode are you picking, my friend? I mean, they might just pick, like, Go Again and kill Thermai here, which would be really good for them. It'd be really bad for us. Because if they pick Go Again and they have another attack... yeah, and I mean, unfortunately, I just don't have anything to do about this. We're just kind of stuck with making AB and just doing what we can here. So if they don't have a way to pitch 2 ice cards here, okay, well, they get to keep 1 Channel Lake Frigid. So we'll pitch Tumbletide to play Dromai. We'll turn this into this. I'll attack with Dromai. So 3 gain an action point. So even if they have a bust, we get to attack with at least 2. Well, it's 3 gain an action point, no Phantasm. So they'd have to bust our last 2 things here if they wanted to really stop us. Oh yeah, I need to do this so I can gain 3 resources. Like, normally that's not something I would have taken back because my opponent, like, I already would have like made that mistake and I would have been forced to pay for it. But well, that kind of sucks. I mean, I'm going to pay 0 and let it lose go again because I'd rather keep the 2 resources to be able to... I'd rather have the resources to be able to, like, pay for AB or something here. Plus, we're, like, our opponent's catching us in life. Alright, they're going to block with Crown of Providence. And then because they're channeling Frigid, I don't have a way to do anything. Sorry, I'm losing my mind here. Yeah, so I'm dumb. We still had an action point off of the Dromai, so it didn't matter. So I'm going to spend 1 to... Or actually, I'm going to pay 2 to attack with the Mirror guy. Yeah, I wasn't like... It does lose go again, but we still keep our action point. So it's not like we're like completely out of it here. Lol, they just decided not to block this time around. Alright, we're going to come in here. Our opponent goes to 18. We're going to go Caloria, Tumbletide, then Dust Up. This is an awesome hand because Rake the Embers is just... I love Rake the Embers here. So I'm going to discard the Sigil. Yeah, so they pitch 2 ice cards to keep their Channel Lake around. Which is pretty obnoxious. Pretty obnoxious. Waning Moon. I'm actually just gonna take the turn off here and Arsenal to Rake the Embers. I have AB2. Yeah, so I'll pay 2, and then I'll pay 2 into this. And I won't have anything left in my hand, so there's nothing to discard off of. So we only ended up taking 4 there. Honestly, it wasn't too bad. Let's go Rake, Dromai, Sigil, Billowing Mirage. And then because of the Channel Lake, I can't do anything. So I'm just forced to pass here. Now, the downfall of us pitching all of our cards there is that our opponent now has their own turn to kind of do whatever They have the end of our turn to do whatever they want, and they know that we can't do anything about it, so... And they just pass. Interesting. So... being able to play Necria and Dromai in a turn would be really good. Like, that would be a very good turn. Is this a joke? So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is now going to be my 5th straight turn of them having a Channel Lake out, which is insane. So... I'm gonna block 6 and take 1 here, go to 13. Like, I'm not a huge fan of taking damage here, but I think going to 13 to be able to have a a pretty solid turn back is not too bad. Because they only get to keep one of their Channel Lakes, and so I get to play Dromai and pay 1. And so now I can Dromai. Because I get to pay 1 to activate Dromai to attack for 3, and then I can... Actually, I think I'm going to attack with Mirror Guy, because Passing Mirage already gives me no Phantasm on my first attack, so I think I'm just going to leave things to... I think I'm just going to attack... I don't know, it's less damage. It scares me to not try and push as much damage as I can at this point. Yeah, I think the play here is just pushing as much as I can. And just hopefully they can't keep Channel Lake Frigid around for another turn. Like, because I feel like we've 100% been in the driver's seat this game, but our opponent has had, if they're able to keep this one around, it'll be 6 straight turns of CMH, or not CMH, CLF. Which is like, it's just insane. Like, and you can ask anybody. That's not a common thing. He's gonna attack me. All right, I'm gonna block it out. My opponent did not get to keep their Channel Lake Frigid. Praise God, we can have an actual turn. So let's play Vincerikai. This feels like I need this to be a good turn. So we play Vincerikai here. We get to attack. Go again, no Phantasm. So this is for 6/9 if it hits. So this incentivizes my opponent to block, because if not, they're just taking quite a bit of damage. And then I'm going to attack with Dromai after this, because it gains me an action point. So even if they do manage to block 6 and still have a bust, I'm in pretty good shape. They have like a sigil or something? No? He's just taking 6? If my opponent takes this, I'm going to play Mirror Guy. I mean, I'm at 12. Like, it's not like I'm in a very safe situation with the way this is set up. I really don't want to lose my other source of AB, but I also need to try and make something happen here. I was like, I assume that my opponent did not mean to do that. Alright, well, I know, but I don't know that they don't have a bust in their hand. Now, I obviously don't know that. But I do know that. So my opponent takes 1, goes to 8. I attack for 2. Okay. They put their arsenal on the bottom of the deck. I mean, I guess they could, like, pitch their Polar Blast to, like, activate Storm Striders. And if they happen to draw into a bust, then so be it. We've seen quite a few cards come through. So if they happen to draw a bust to be able to kill that there, I'm not really upset about it. It is what it is. This is a pretty good hand. Is buff power, so they're coming in for 7. So let's block 6, go to 11. Now, I still have all of my equipment block left, which, don't get me wrong, is not super relevant. Like, there are definitely times when I don't even really use it. But I am going to attack here. So we come in for 3, we make an Ash, they give us a Frostbite. Target hero may pay 1. So this feels really bad, but I'm just going to take 3 here. I'm going to go to 8 because I'm going to pay 1 because I don't want them to be able to freeze an ally. Plus, I need to be able to pay for the Frostbite. Yeah, it says they pay 1 if they don't freeze a card in their arsenal and ally they control. So I'm going to pay 1 so that they can't have that effect. Alright, well, that's pretty unfortunate. The fact that they had Blizzard and Cold Snap in the same hand is pretty sad. But nothing I can do about it. It is what it is. Yeah, nope, I'm just gonna... Yep, so I could have spent that resource on blocking AB and I could be at 9, but at the same time, I don't know. I didn't know that their play was going to be their play. Just going to discard Uvia here. Okay. Weird that they played Ice Eternal. Alright, so I'm going to play Caloria. And then I was like, depending on what they do, so I'm going to activate Furnace here in response so that I can gain 2 resources, which means I can pay for a Frostbite and I can, if they're dealing a damage to me, I can just prevent 1. Yeah, that's fine. So I have to go to 5 here. It's not great, but it's okay. So I take 3, go to 5. And then honestly, I think I'm... Oh god, what are they trying to do with 2 more resources? Activate Storm Striders. Play Frost Hex. Yeah, I have to pitch another card for that. So... And they're frosting the Vincerikai. Like, they did a lot of stuff, but unless they have a bust in their hand, they're... Oh, this doesn't have Phantasm, Broseph Stalin. I get to draw a card, and you don't get to bust this? Thanks for playing. Alright, well, on the back of our opponent's mistake, we're going to win the game. Now, granted, it did not matter. Even if they bust the Dromai, which I was going to attack with second, they were still dead. Alright. I've been streaming for 1 hour and 22 minutes. I'm going to go back and look and see how long that game took because I'm genuinely curious. Because I said at the beginning of the game that my opponent, like, it might have been their internet. I don't know why they were playing so slow. Yeah, alright, so game time. 42 minutes. My time of that was, I'm going to round up and call it 14 minutes. 14 minutes. That means that my opponent spent 28 minutes on the game. They spent literally double the time that I did. Sheesh. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. Like, whether it's internet or lag or whatever it is, like, when you're having a night like that, it just makes everybody miserable. Like, so we'll bring in Null Rune. Don't need Remembrance. Tome of Fiendel to gain life is good. We want all the blues we can have. We need none of the defense reactions. Oasis, Respite, and Sand Cover are good ones. I'm just going to cut these big ones because I don't ever see us playing the big dragons here. I'm honestly even kind of inclined to cut... where are they? The Necreas, because they don't deal a ton of damage. So, we're getting to keep good cards in our deck, and we're getting to, like, play aggressive. We're getting to keep blues in our deck, and we're getting to play aggressively. So, good with the bad. Now, I know that... I mean, Dromai just doesn't play that many blues, being a mostly red hero. It's so funny to me, like, because I look back, like, I started playing the game, like, right after Everfest come out. Unable to submit player 1's deck. 4 weapons currently equipped. Oh, that's funny. 54 cards is under the legal minimum. Oh, no, I missed it. Crap. Oh, well. But Waning Moon. Interesting. I like the Arsenal Pass sleeves. That's kind of cool. But it's just... I can't remember what I was talking about. Sorry, I got distracted. And I have no idea what I was talking about. Well, this is not a good hand. Do I need to... Yeah, this is bad. This is not a good starting hand. We really need to find like a Rake the Embers or like anything that makes Ashwings. I'm all about putting into play. It honestly makes me wonder if this is one of the Arsenal Pass guys. I don't even know what their online names are. We Arsenal Tomafandel. Definitely don't think our opponent meant to pass there. I honestly wonder, how are people getting these card sleeves? So let's pitch Tomafandel to activate Mage Master Boots. Play Tomafandel. Let's play Sigil of Solace. So we'll do that. I'll play Kyloria. Kyloria's... They actually have an item. It would be cool to steal their E-Pot if my opponent didn't realize that was a thing. Because I just thought about that. Hits a hero, gain control of an item they control. If you don't control, and if you don't gain control, draw a card. I'm probably honestly just going to draw a card here because it would be cool to take their E-Pot. No, honestly, I'm going to take their E-Pot because they need that. Like, that's something they need. Okay, well, I don't know what happened there, but I'm giving my opponent a thumbs down. I don't think it's very cool to just quit like that. Alright, I don't have my deck link anymore. I'm not going to count that game. Like, that wasn't a real game, in my opinion. God, I always join when somebody else has joined the game. Briar, this should be a walloping. I don't know how people ever win this matchup from the Dromai side. So I guess we want that. We don't want Remembrance. Cut this. No. Cut Thermise. Fate for Scenes are awesome. The big dragons we might need. Oasis Respite, Tome of Findles. Maybe we don't want Sigil of Solace. Uvia doesn't feel that good. Yeah, I don't know. We'll just try 64. Like, this is like the weird thing is like I never really know how to sideboard with some of the stuff like this. Well, don't have any AB, so we're taking damage here. Lightning Surge, Nimbilism, Lightning Surge, Bramble Spark. Wow. Alright, well, I take 2, and my opponent puts 2 Lightning Surges into their hand. So they get to make one, or they get to play one here, and, oh, they're going to Nimbilism? Okay. You're going to Lightning Surge, and then are you going to... Oh, they're making the embodiment for next turn. So, I'm going to attack them for 3 and then play the E-Pot, and then I'm going to Arsenal the Sink Pillow. Our opening hand is not very good here, in my opinion. Arsenal this. Now, this is a much better hand, but we still need a way to turn it on. Like, we still need a way to make Ash, and we have yet to really find that. Like, we can pitch the Necria to play Billowing Mirage, and then play the Passing Mirage. Because they have busts in their deck. It's not a lot, but they do have busts in their deck, so it is something to be aware of. Let me read this. Let me read this. You control hits this turn. Okay, so... So we're gonna go Passing Mirage. Necria. And then we're gonna go Sink Below. I'm just gonna keep my hand the way I have it. Well, that is not something I was playing around. I mean, I guess, alright. I don't think I would have played that there. Yeah, I know that it ended up working out very well for them, but I still would not have played that there. Like, oh man, they're drawing another card. I wasn't even thinking about that. I mean, I guess considering they draw a card every time it hits, that's why they played it. And that makes a lot more sense, because if they were just going to... yeah, I'm going to flip this to try and put some pressure on. I mean, I was like, because if they only draw one card, it's just not worth. They should just Arsenal the Sonata and try to have a 5-card hand. But I wasn't thinking it. They got to have a 5-card hand anyway, so me being a bag none helped them out there. Okay. Alright, well that's all 3 Sonatas. Force, Command and Conquer, Exude Confidence. Good for my opponent. They did not whiff at all. So I get to 5 go again here. Oh, they undid and picked draw a card? Okay. Well, we're going to throw equipment for that. I'm not going to bottom anything because I think Rake the Embers is going to be one of the keys to us winning this game. I mean, I don't think there's a snowball's chance that we win this game, but... Our opponent is doing Briar things. They pitch a Bramble Spark. Yeah, I was like, it's really smart for my opponent to attack my Ashwing here with that because they don't want to block. I'm going to leave one because I think I need one on the back end in case I draw a dragon and I don't have a way to make an Ash beforehand. Oh my gosh. My opponent just flipped Gorg Tome on me. God, this hand is so bad. I mean, I can just take whatever they do, and like it's just so bad. This matchup is so bad. That is not what I wanted to do. Yeah, there it is. I was like, I thought I had to wait one more second, but I couldn't remember Wow. I'm like having PTSD flashbacks to like Nationals. Because this thing happened to me. I got 40'd on like the second turn of the game. Again, playing against a Briar at Nationals and just couldn't do anything. Yeah, I don't see a better option here. We're going to use E-Pot to try and make a turn out of this here. Like, honestly, just straight up what we're trying to do. I still don't see this going very well. I completely forgot to pop the Silken Form at the end of the turn. Yep. Orc Tome is a really good card. Jeez. So we'll block 3. Oasis Respite to gain a life and cover it all up. Swarming Gloomveil for 6. I'm going to go to 7. I crack Ironweave to be able to... Alright. Yeah, I mean, we're just probably going to be dead next turn because we're at a spot in the game where we're forced to... just, like, I don't know, block the rest of the game. That's for died, huh? Sink below for 10. Yep, we'll go to 1 here. Nothing we can do about it. And then virtually anything kills us. So I'm just dead because I can't activate defense reactions. Yep. All right, well, let's see. 1 and 2. All right, Dromai is not going very well for me this evening. It is not going very well at all. All right, you know what? Honestly, I was going to stream for a little bit longer, but I'm honestly not feeling too great. And I'm just kind of tired and kind of drained. So I think I'm going to call it a night. Sorry, guys. I know it was kind of a short stream, but I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out and keeping me company. Let's see. I don't know. I'll probably be back sometime this weekend. If not, I'll be back on like Monday or Tuesday next week. So thanks for hanging out, guys. I'll see you later.